Malalan and Brook lead Yorkshire to victory after Bracey ton. An engrossing day 4 was in the offing at the Seat Unique Stadium, Bristol, as Gloucestershire led Yorkshire by 104 runs, but with just 4 wickets remaining. Much of the home side's hopes of escaping with a draw, or even pushing for victory, rested with James Bracey, who had finished overnight on 112 not out. And he continued where he'd left off, starting the day with a pair of boundaries off the bowling of Jordan Thompson first and Matt Fisher second. Batting with Bracey was Gloucestershire's overseas Zafar Goa, and the pair put on 100 together to take the lead past 150. But Yorkshire would finally make the breakthrough via Harris Ralph, as Goa was dismissed for 40 vital runs. And one brought 2 for the visitors, as Matt Taylor was LBW in the following over. All of a sudden the game was heavily in Yorkshire's favour, with Gloucestershire just 167 runs ahead and with only 2 wickets remaining. Bracey was undoubtedly the key man, and he survived 3 chances in 1 Harris Ralph over when the away side thought they had Bracey caught behind, before 2 balls later a catch fell just short of wicketkeeper Harry Duke, who, amidst all the carnage, almost ran out Bracey off the very same ball. But in the same over, calm would be restored, as Bracey reached his 150 of 296 balls, a muted celebration for a man who knew his job was still far from done. The battle between Ralph and Bracey continued into the next over, as the Pakistani quick struck Bracey in the helmet for the second time in the innings, as a real contest was breaking out in the West Country. Lunch would be taken with the score at 333 for 8, this blow from Josh Shaw off the bowling of Dom Bess, the last excitement before the break. The lead for Gloucestershire at 184, with Bracey unbeaten on 153. Shortly after lunch, and Ralph would make yet another breakthrough, as he dismissed Shaw with an excellent delivery that just left the right-hander. And all the while, his battle with Bracey continued. A riveting passage of play included Bracey hooking Ralph for 3 sixes, 2 of which were in a row. Bracey, now on 177, well past his previous career best score of 156. But just as the fun seemed to be starting, it also came to an end, as Bracey was caught at cover off the bowling of Patterson, meaning Gloucestershire's innings came to a close at 359 all out. Patterson, the pick of the bowlers, with 4 for 43, whilst the next top score after Bracey's 177 was Zafar Goa with 40. The result was that Yorkshire had 60 overs to chase 210 for victory. And in what was a tightly contested first 10 overs, the first signs of uneven bounce from the day 4 wicket appeared, as Ajit Singh Dale struck Adam Lyth, and Lyth would fall shortly after, a top edge flying to fine leg where he was well caught by Zafar Goa. James Wharton survived a beauty first up, and the game looked like anyone's to win from the early stages of the final innings. And it was Gloucestershire who would strike next, as the impressive Singh Dale clean bowled Wharton for 11. What's more, the home side thought they had a third just before the tea break, as George Hill was cut in half by Zafar Goa as the ball somehow missed the stumps. At the break, Yorkshire were 54 for 2, needing 157 runs still to win, and crucially, run rate was becoming an issue, with more than 4 and over needed in the final session. After the break, it was Yorkshire's David Malalan who took control of proceedings, as he lifted the run rate by targeting both the spin of Gohar and the seam of Singh Dale. One Singh Dale over in particular he took a liking to, striking 3 boundaries in 6 deliveries. The game was slipping away from Gloucestershire, but they managed a much needed breakthrough when Hill chipped Singh Dale to mid-wicket to leave them 111 for 3. But at the other end, Malalan kept going, showing his international class to bring up a runnable 50 when his side needed it most. From a potentially precarious position, Yorkshire were now in the driving seat. But Malalan would depart for 65, caught on the boundary by Higgins, who had to step over the rope before throwing the ball back in. Yorkshire still had 70 to win, but the 2 Harrys, Brook and Duke, didn't let up, and any hope of a Gloucestershire fight back was snuffed out. Brook, in particular, racing along and going to his 50 of 45 balls with 3 consecutive boundaries of Goa's bowling. Yorkshire would finish as well-deserved but hard-fought winners in a contest that went almost to 6 p.m. on the final day, giving the White Rose a victorious start to life under Otis Gibson. In the final innings, it was Malalan who was the star, breaking the back of the chase with his runnable 50, whilst Harry Brook followed suit and prevented Gloucestershire from gaining any hope towards the close. In all, a fantastic match of cricket, and one that Yorkshire will look to build on as they travel to the county ground to play Northamptonshire next week. Meanwhile, Gloucestershire head to Emirates Old Trafford to take on Lancashire.